Welcome to another episode of Geek Money Life, where we talk about money and how to make sense out of your dollars. And so today we're going to be talking about a topic that is hotly debated, and that's this whole idea of credit cards versus debit cards. And so today I'm going to be giving you my top 3 benefits of each one of these, and then at the end of the video I'm going to give you my thoughts on which one I think is better for you to use. So I'm going to start off this comparison by talking about debit cards, because I really feel that debit cards don't get talked about too much whenever it comes to talking about the benefits of using it. And so the first and biggest benefit of using a debit card is the fact that there is no high interest rates. Unlike a credit card, which is really littered with a lot of high interest rates, and that's how they make their money. And so by using your debit card, you're not going to accrue any high interest rates. The second benefit is the fact that you're really only spending the money that you have. And about the only way that you could spend more money than you have is if you have some type of overdraft protection where you're overspending your account. But obviously there's definitely going to be penalties if you do that. And so that's a good thing to have whenever you're trying to make sure that you're managing your budget. And then the final benefit that goes along with that is that you learn to be more responsible. Because of the fact that you have money in your bank that's tied to your debit card, you're really limited to how much you can spend, because if you don't have the money, there's only so far that you could go when it comes to spending. And so those are the top 3 main benefits that I see when using a debit card. Alright, so now let's go ahead and talk about credit cards, because this is the one that gets the most attention. So what are the top 3 benefits that I see when using a credit card? Well, the first and most obvious one for most people is the fact that you get a lot of rewards, points, travel miles, and cash back. So there are some additional benefits that you will not get with a debit card. And so if those things are important to you, then having a credit card is definitely a huge bonus. And then the second benefit of using a credit card is the fact that you have protection. So say for example you lose your debit card and then somebody decides to spend the money on that. Well, that money is taken out of your bank account, and so you won't have that money available to you, and it's really difficult for you to recover that money. Now when it comes to a credit card, it's often a lot easier for you to get that amount that's been spent reimbursed. And so that is another big pro of using a credit card. And then the final big benefit of using a credit card is the simple fact that you are building up your credit score. And that's the main reason why you want to have these credit cards to begin with, is to utilize the credit score benefits that you're going to get out of it by having a good credit history. And so now that we talked about the main benefits of these 2 different types of cards, which one do I think is better? Well, the simple answer here is it depends on the type of person that you are. So if you are the type of person who is very responsible with your money, and you're not the type of person to go out and get into a lot of debt, or ideally you don't have any debt, then a credit card is going to give you a way more benefits, and it's really going to help you overall in the long run. However, if you're on the other spectrum where you're not really that financially literate, you are in debt, and it's hard for you to pay off your credit cards every month, well, a debit card is going to be a lot better way, because credit cards, when it's not used correctly, which the majority of people don't use it correctly, really gets into trouble. Regardless of all the points and benefits that you could get, if you're in a lot of credit card debt with high interest rates, then it really makes no sense, and you're actually going to be losing money for many years to come because of all those high interest rates that accrue on a credit card. But at least for me, I really feel that if you can financially manage the amount you spend, make sure that you either pay off all your credit cards or keep it really low, then I personally use a credit card versus a debit card. So that is it on this video on the top 3 benefits of a credit card versus a debit card, and why I think certain cases one is better than the other. And if you actually had any thoughts on this, or any of your own ideas on which card is better for you, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did enjoy these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.